As we all know, the official NFL schedule release is tomorrow on Thursday, but here we go. Another leak. The Eagles' Week 1 matchup is on the road at 4:05 against the Arizona Cardinals.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's our life. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. And today, we got a lot to talk about. Week 1 and how we stack up against the Arizona Cardinals. We actually know Week 2. We found that out 2 days ago. If you don't know, I will tell you in a little bit. And I also want to go over Cee Dee Lamb versus A.J. Brown because I've been arguing about it all day on Twitter. But before we get into it, help your boy out and hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new and ding that notification bell so you know when these videos drop. And follow your boy on Twitter at Philly_Mike25. It's in the bottom corner and you could be in the conversation. We'll go over all that. But let's look at Week 1 on the road versus the Arizona Cardinals. Now, the first thing that comes to my mind is, 4 o'clock game. That's what they call the game of the week, right? The bigger dogs, the more important teams, so to say, play at 4:05. And Week 1, we play there. Week 2, we play primetime Monday night. So we're not the only ones hyping up the Eagles, right? We're talking about it. I just did an NFC East roundtable. The entertainer who reps the Giants picks the Eagles to win the East. Philly Mike picks the Eagles to win the East. The real Ed Oliver for the Washington football team, Commanders, picks the Eagles. And CFT, representing Cowboys, of course, he got the Eagles in second and the Cowboys in first. But looking at this matchup, I think the Eagles are going to be a really tough matchup for the Cardinals, right? We saw Jalen Hurts go head-to-head with Kyler Murray his rookie season in that 4-game stretch when he took over for Carson Wentz and went toe-to-toe with him, right? But no D-Hop, no Christian Kirk, and you got the scuffle between management and Kyler Murray. I still think he's talented, but coming off them injuries, having no D-Hop, he went down, and his playoff debut was as bad, if not worse, than Jalen Hurts. And we added, and they subtracted. And I ain't a math genius, but adding and subtracting, I think adding is better than subtracting. It just is what it is. Now, I want to talk about Week 2 real quick. We come home, and we play Monday night versus the Minnesota Vikings. 8:30, back-to-back, low-key, important time frame games. The Eagles can find themselves in, what you would call 2 playoff caliber games, the first 2. But that means the end of the schedule is going to get easy. And if you give me some of the hard opponents, right, I don't think the Vikings, who didn't make the playoffs, are anything crazy. They got Justin Jefferson. We got to shore up that secondary. But I think if you can come out this 1-1 or 2-0, the NFL is really worried about the Philadelphia Eagles. And we'll have a lot more time to break down the schedule. Again, we'll be doing a live stream for that. I don't know about Thursday, but we'll figure something out with Goat Talk or Battlebirds Podcast, all that stuff. But we will get you covered. I'm just excited to see the schedule. Now see hard, easy, hard, easy, hard, easy, hard. Who knows? Teams can definitely change. We saw the Bengals go from a 3 or 4 win team to the Super Bowl. So anybody can change, but you can still do your due diligence and what they did in the offseason, this, that, and the third, and kind of scope out what you feel, really easy, really hard schedule, and we will go over it. Now, I want to talk about Cee Dee Lamb versus A.J. Brown, and I tweeted this because arguments on Twitter. Cee Dee Lamb's first 2 seasons, 2,037 yards, 11 touchdowns on 153 catches. A.J. Brown's first 2 seasons, 2,126 yards, 19 touchdowns on 122 catches. Again, he plays on a Russian first team. So he got 30 less catches and pretty much 100 more yards, 8 more touchdowns. 30 less catches, 100 more yards, and 8 more touchdowns. That's productivity. Now, Cowboy fans didn't like it. CFT, go ahead and comment on my video or on my Twitter post and said this. The last 2 years, right? Because AJ has been in the league for 3. Cee Dee Lamb has been in the league for 2. So he goes last 2 years. A.J. Brown, 1,944 yards and 16 touchdowns. Cee Dee Lamb, 2,037, same thing, 14 touchdowns, right? He didn't want to talk about the catches. He just wanted to talk about that. Then people say normalize Cee Dee Lamb being the best wide receiver in the NFC East. Context. That's what Cowboys fans do. They leave it out, right? In these last 2 years, Cee Dee Lamb has played 32 games. A.J. Brown has played 27. 5 games difference. 5-game difference. With that being said, let's go ahead and do it. Cee Dee Lamb in a passing offense had 90-something, was it? Do the math. 2,037 minus 1944. It's less than 100 yards. He had 100 more yards. 100 more yards than A.J. Brown in 5 games. So if A.J. Brown plays them 5 games, if he gets 25 yards each game, he's better. And he's easily. He might have 2 100-yard games in them 5 games played. And still, A.J. Brown with 5 less games has more touchdowns. Look, you can probably argue the point that right now, Dak Prescott is the more proven passer than Jalen Hurts. And we got to see Jalen Hurts take strides. He has to do it. So you can say Cee Dee Lamb has a proven passer. He's going to get volume. He might have more yards than A.J. Brown this season. But I still don't fully believe that because I do think the connection is going to be there. We're going to take a leap from the quarterback position and play calling and call more passes. So I think that A.J. Brown can have over 1,000 and possibly more yards than Cee Dee Lamb if Jalen Hurts takes a step and we call it like I believe we're going to call it. We're not going to be as run heavy, and rightfully so. We got to start winning with the quarterback. I'm not saying abandon the run. You still be balanced. You can be a really balanced team, 50-50. You really can do that, right? But at the end of the day, A.J. Brown has been better than Cee Dee Lamb. We don't know the future. Jalen Hurts stinks, then maybe A.J. Brown's not going to be better. Jalen Hurts gets pretty darn good, which I believe he can. Maybe he's better by a lot. At the end of the day, Dak Prescott is the more proven passer, but I have a big feeling he's not going to be horrible, but he's going to take a step back from even last year statistically. So with that being said, we were going to see who finishes what. But again, even when you try to use the last 2 years, productivity-wise, Cee Dee Lamb averages 63.5 yards per game in the last 2 years. A.J. Brown, 72. That's almost 10 yards per game better. He's just that dude. Cee Dee Lamb is young. He's going to get better. But so is A.J. Brown, 24. I just believe in this kid, and people are trying to downplay it. Now, this came out as well, and shout out to my guy Mir Slat for tagging me in this. Highest graded wide receivers, first press coverage since 2020, and Cee Dee Lamb was drafted in that year, so he could be on it if he was that good. And yes, teams play zone, but the best of the best receivers can beat man coverage. And look at these guys. Justin Jefferson, 93. Devontae Adams, 92.3. Cooper Kupp, 90.8. A.J. Brown and Stephon Diggs tied for 90.4. We got one of the ones. And I believe if Hurts can get to the next level, we're going to have a highly offensive, productive season. Again, it all relies on Hurts. But the wide receiver position is dependent on the quarterback. You've had Hopkins in the past and Diggs play with bad quarterbacks and do good stuff. Even Cee Dee Lamb when Andy Dalton was there. But again, sometimes that can equivalent to a wide receiver having good stats, but the team loses. Ultimately, I would love A.J. Brown to out-receive Cee Dee Lamb. But my main goal is not, A.J. Brown has more receiving yards than Cee Dee Lamb. My main goal is having the Eagles more wins than the Cowboys, right? All that fancy 1K here, 1K rushing here. Do you see my passer rating? That's cool and all. But who got the better record? That is what I want to focus on. And I believe the Eagles are going to compete and win the East. So on the way to winning the East, cool to have a 1K receiver. Cool to have this, that, and the third. But the main goal is winning. And the Eagles know how to do that because year one of Sirianni and Jalen Hurts, with the struggles of coaching and passing the ball, we made the playoffs. Let that sit through your head, especially if you are a Giant fan, Washington fan, or a Cowboy fan watching this. You probably didn't get this far in the video, but let that sink in. Trouble coaching, trouble passing, no 1K receiver. We made the playoffs. Let the coach do what he needs to do. Let the quarterback know what he needs to do. And let us get a 1K. Sky's the limit. Leave all your thoughts in the comment section when it comes to A.J. Brown, Cee Dee Lamb. Leave your thoughts on the first 2 games of the season. Vikings, week 2, prime time Monday night. Cardinals, week 1, 4 o'clock on the road. Leave your thoughts. I love hearing from you. We out.